Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Screamin' Pirate EDC. Today, we have another Plunder plank. So if you guys don't know about this series, what it is a knife in my collection. I'm going to decide if I plunder it, take it on an adventure, does it come with me, or does it walk the plank, and is it out of the collection? So, before we get started, what is usually my mug, but I'm going to go with a koozie today, guys. And what else is on me today? So today I actually have my new favorite koozie, my Body by Barbecue koozie from Meat Church. It just makes me laugh, and I figured you guys would like it too. Also, we have the Mando Hank from Renegade EDC. Love this Hank. And my pin, still rocking it, is gonna be the Tactile Turn Nautilus pin. It's fidgety. I like it. It's grippy. It works great. I love it. And before we get into the review, one last thing for you guys. We have stickers. Reminder, these are $2.50 a piece. I will have a pop-up with both my email and my Instagram. Either one works for me. $2.50 gets you a sticker shipped. So if you guys are interested, let me know. All right, guys. So for today's Plunder plank, we have the Holt Bladeworks Haptic. Now, this is a knife that I chased for a while. I tried to get in on a lotto or 15 or 30, or I don't remember anymore, guys. After I went to Blade Show 2019, where they had the prototype for the Haptic. Now, I really enjoyed it there, and I found out then that they were not going to be making Spectres anymore. And I was able to hold like one of the really high-end Spectres they had for auction, I believe. But I liked the Haptic then. I thought it was really neat. I don't remember whether it was a frame lock then from the prototype or not, but this is a liner lock. Now, I was super lucky a couple weeks ago, and one of my buddies, Joe Bravo, that's Mo Bravo, over on YouTube here, said, hey guys, the lotteries just happened and there are a few extras on the Holt website. Go get one if you want one. Got lucky enough, rushed over, was able to nab one and throw it into my cart. Now, with that being said, if you haven't watched the unboxing, I'll have a pop-up. You should go watch the unboxing. The only thing that is and I'm getting way ahead of the review, but I want you guys to know this, it was a little bit cheaper than a standard Holt, because they are out of boxes right now. They just don't have any. They don't know when they're going to be coming in. So mine came in with really wrapped up in bubble wrap. It was a lot of bubble wrap. But so the unboxing was a little bit weird, but I mean, you still get a Holt. So very cool stuff. All right, guys. Well, here it is. This is an M390, and this blue is, I think, the low 30 volt. Very pretty, raw hardware everywhere else. Now, if you don't know this about a Holt, you get a birth card that doesn't have anything on it. It's just a plastic card, and you scan it, and then it has all the stats on your phone, which is kind of neat. Well, before I get any farther into the knife itself, let's do some size comparisons and kind of what it compares to in my personal collection. So, first and foremost, something to give you guys an idea of size. There's your Holt. Let me grab the Hogue Deca. Now, surprisingly, these are very similar in size. Obviously, you're getting a lot higher end materials on the Holt, and you're getting a lot of, personal touches, whereas the Hogue is basically all machine made. But your difference in price between these is you're looking at like 300, just shy of 300 for this Hogue model, I believe. If I remember right, somewhere in the 200s. I don't remember, guys. I'll have a pop-up if I can remember. And for the Holt, you're looking at 875. Well, that doesn't seem like a really fair comparison. So let's bring out some knives that are often compared directly. This is the Conigarius. Now, this particular Conigarius in carbon fiber is right at $800. So you're looking right in the same price bracket as the Holt. Both have beautiful milling on the scales, milling within the CF on the Konig, and they're beautiful hollow ground knives. Actually, I'm sorry, The Koenig is a flat, I believe, and you get a hollow on the Holt. But they both have very, very similar actions. On your Koenig, drop to your nail, kind of controlled close. On the Haptic, just kind of swing shut. Very similar, both feel very, very good and snappy. After that, you often see Shiros. So this is a Shirogov F95R NL. That is a multi-row bearing. Now with this carbon fiber, it puts it over 1,000, but without it, they are very similarly priced. As far as action between the two, drop to your nail on the Shiro. Nice controlled close. So very similar to the Koenig in that aspect. Now, another knife that I think is super similar that a lot of people don't talk about is the Brian Brown Cortex. This is the V2. You can see that you have either a sheep's foot Wharncliffe on one, sheep's foot on the other. But if you guys look really close, you have a lot of really nice machined milling and anodization on both of these. And they sit about the same price. And honestly, they have about the same action. Interesting enough. I really like some of the mechanical things going on with the Brown Knife Cortex. But I feel like Holt is kind of like a mythical thing in the knife world right now, guys. So with that being said, a knife that I think is massively similar, that a lot of people are starting to talk about, including myself, is the Trevor Burger LEXK. Guys, these blades look almost identical to me. I mean, obviously they're slightly different, but they serve a very similar purpose, very similar jimping. Both have really nice milling on them, a little more intricate on the Holt. And you get a really slicey blade on both. I think they're super, super similar. And you even have a very similar pivot. So this you kind of shake shut, a little bit lighter blade, and then on the Holt, just kind of glide shut there. So now that we have some size comparisons out of the way, let's go into specs. I'll go ahead and do a cutaway here for you guys over to the tabletop so that you can see what we're looking at specs-wise. So we are looking at a 3.24-inch blade, an overall of 7.41 inches, a handle thickness, and this is all reported versus what you'll see on screen, what I get from me, a handle thickness of 5.75, and a blade thickness at its thickest of 0.475. Now they report 3.7 ounces. Well, there's your stats, guys. We have T8 and T6 on your screws. And yeah, very, very pretty, guys. So let's talk about my personal feelings, partly why you guys are here. You guys can see a Holt just about anywhere on any channel, but, you're here to see what I have to say about it. Well, let me start with this. The action, when you break it, I have not adjusted this at all with like their adjustable detent system or anything like that. A little bit strong, but once you hit it, it fires every time. I mean, every time. You pull, you push, it doesn't matter. It's going to fire. It is very ergonomic, especially for me, but my hand just fits on that handle. Little scrunch to fit on the actual jimping back here, so I'm kind of like scrunching my thumb up. But that clip works beautifully. I have no problems with it. It's not a hot spot in the slightest. Goes in and out of the pocket nice and easy. The action is incredibly smooth. It really is. I don't really like the sound that the liner lock makes when you break that detent. Let me see if I can hold up the camera and you guys can hear this. That ka-dunk. It's because it's a liner lock. It's just a little bit odd to my ear. I do not like the flipper tab. I feel like this flipper tab, you just kind of, especially if you're push buttoning and you're not, because if you pull, works fine. So if you pull straight back, you have no problems. If you push, it bites into your finger a lot of the time. But yeah, overall, very nice. Everything is chamfered. Everything is very well done. But let me put it this way, guys. For my personal collection, compared to what you just saw me compare it to, this knife, the Holt Haptic, is going to walk the plank. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be shocked by that, especially considering my unboxing and how nice Holts are. It's not that I don't really like this knife. It's not that I don't think it's a great knife. And you know, in fact, for my dollar, I don't dislike that I spent $8.75 on it. But I think as far as blade shape, I like the Trevor Burger just a little bit more. And as far as milling and, you know, kind of that beautifully done mill work and anodization, I feel like the Koenig and the Brown Cortex do that just as well for me. And this piece kind of feels redundant in my collection right now. Will I maybe, you know, try to pick up a Spectre? Maybe. But for right now, guys, interesting enough, the Holt Haptic is going to walk the plank. Well, guys, I really hope you enjoy this review, and I hope you enjoy the content I'm bringing out to you guys. Once again, give this comment a thumbs up, head down to the comments, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.